Um, I think most of you know me, but my name is Chris Atchison, and I'm the president of the BC Construction Association. And we're pleased to have you join us today for our Contractor Day in the Life presentation. This presentation is being brought to you by the team at BCCA as we continue to, I think, demonstrate our efforts in helping you in your role every day and adding value to the membership. Um, this, what you're going to see today was initially done in person at an event in Kelowna in September of 2022 as we were coming out of COVID and very enthusiastic about being together face to face once again. But we also knew that we needed to kind of reintroduce ourselves not only to each other, but to our partners at the Regional Construction Association. So I think the theme of today is reminding ourselves that your members are our members, and we're proud of the work that you do at the regions, and we take very seriously the work that we do at BCCA to make sure that we're always attentive to one of our main objectives, and that's to help you attract and retain the members that you work so very hard to get into your regional construction associations. And the other thing is that so many of our collective members do remain oblivious to the fact of the extended value of BCCA and the CCA. So maybe we can advance the slide. There we go. And so what I'm talking about right now, before we get started with our skit, is this importance of the integrated network that we share in British Columbia, but as it extends to our partner at the Canadian Construction Association as well. And at that event, I met with a number of members of the Northern Regional Construction Association, the Vancouver Regional Construction Association, the Southern Interior Construction Association, and of course, Vancouver Island Construction Association. And many of those members who had taken time and made an investment to attend that national conference were unaware that their membership at your RCA also meant that they were members of BCCA and CCA. They heard what we were doing, they heard what CCA was doing, and they wanted to belong. And it was just a little bit shocking to me to hear from some of them that it wasn't obvious to them that they belong to all three networks as a result of their association with you. And it was just a great reminder and a timely reminder to me that our work in terms of reminding our members of the value proposition never ends, and we'll need to have these conversations. That's part of our lot, is to make sure that we have these ongoing conversations to understand how they're connected and how they're represented on a daily basis from the work that you do, that we do, and that CCA does. And so we've been better at it than we have been in recent years, and I've been around the better part of 8 to 10 years to see the improvement in the relationships between the regional construction associations, BCCA and the CCA, but we also never want to take that for granted. So I'll just maybe start by showing, just as a reminder, an infographic of all of the services that we have that represent a huge amount of added member value for your members. And just a reminder that members join because of you. And one of our roles is to help not only attract, but retain the members that you work so very hard. So with this assortment of programs and services, it's just maybe we can approach BCCA as being kind of the Swiss Army knife of resources to complement your existing value proposition. And so in order to help demonstrate that a little further, we're going to have a little bit of fun today, recreate what we did in Kelowna in September of 2022, and set the scene for a day in the life of a contractor member. So here we go. I'm going to set the stage for you and then turn it over to the team. and my job will just be to narrate occasionally through this presentation. So if you will, sit back and the stage will be set. In a well-lit room, high above your downtown skyline, in a room with floor-to-ceiling windows and a live cedar edge board table, in a custom-made, ergonomically designed chair at the head of the table, sits a public sector owner, sipping on a tall caramel macchiato soy milk, no water, extra hot decaf latte. Her name is Iona, not you.
I consider myself an experienced public sector owner, but I don't get much ongoing training. I'm using CCDC contracts and have been told to use these really bad template procurement documents from Ontario, but they don't seem very fair, open, or transparent to me, or in line with what we do here in BC. I have learned a lot as an owner, and I understand the purchasing of staplers, but I'm not always sure I'm applying the right methods to construction procurement. This is exactly where BCCA can help, because karma in procurement is a bitch. There are a lot of resources. There's BCCA's roadmap to public sector procurement. There's BCCA guides, CCDC documents, the capital asset management framework from the BC government, as well as BCDC templates, which are free and support more consistent industry-aligned documents. Through our owners only webinars held 7 times a year with over 300 public sector owners, we focus on how procurement can be done better and keep it fair, open, and transparent for industry, owners, and taxpayers. We also manage BOBS, a bid depository program that brings structure and consistency to the bidding process for trade contractors, primarily on healthcare projects.
Well, the documents are ready. They are best in class and match industry standards and best practices. But how does Iona make sure her project is seen?
As a public sector owner, I want my project to get the most eyes on it so that we get strong competition from both GCs and trades. I have posted my project to BC Bid, and it is automatically sent to Bid Central. Because I'm using BOBS as well, I'm staying in close contact with industry practices at BCCA.
Moving to scene 2. Enter our esteemed general contractor member or future member, tirelessly scouring the landscape of British Columbia on the hunt for elusive, high-value project opportunities. Together with her trusty estimator, Adam, they are working together to get the winning bid.
Estimator Adam, we need more work. Do your magic and find us some projects to work on. Another big one is ideal, but we need more, especially smaller ones to fill in the gaps between those big projects you keep bringing in.
Well, I found this great project on Bid Central. It'd be perfect for what we're looking for. I also found a few other smaller projects on Permit CA. They have everything from multi-residential to commercial projects.
Well, that's great. Now here's your next challenge. How about finding subcontractors to do the work? Good luck sourcing them. Everyone's so busy.
Well, actually, I can use the Bid Central directory to search for subtrades and even use the invitation to bid tool to send out invites. It's completely free. Plus, the subtrades can actually reach out to me directly when I list ourselves as an interested bidder on the project.
Hey, Adam. I saw that you're bidding on this project in Bid Central. We're an electrical contractor. Can I send you my pricing?
Yes, please.
And here at BCCA Industry Practices, we can help with scope assignment, and to minimize scope gaps, you can use the BC trade definitions to help define scope for each trade contractor, including electrical. It outlines trade scopes and inclusion and exclusion to support industry understanding and coordinating construction work across the province. But also, both to our TC and to our GC, don't forget to read the contracts, all of them, even the supplementary conditions. BCCA has a helpful checklist. And if you see something onerous or against best practice, you can flag it to BCCA via our public sector project tip line.
Okay, now time has passed and the selected project is closing. What's next?
I'm here, Iona, and I have a project out to market using the BC bid documents and guidance from BCCA, CCDC, and the Capital Asset Management Framework Camp.
It's 2 p.m. Gotta submit my bid. This project used Bob's, so I have my M&E quotes 2 days early. And I'm so glad I read the whole contract. Now I'll sleep better at night.
We have reviewed the bids and identified the successful proponent. I know that we need to release unofficial results promptly and offer debriefs on RFPs, being respectful of proponents' time and effort. I'm glad that I've heard this from BCCA a million times.
Fantastic. So Sue's got the project and now she's planning her crew. She needs to do some hiring. This is Sue's HR manager, Leslie.
Leslie, we want a huge contract. What's the plan for getting people to do the work?
Well, I found this site from BCCA called Talent Central. It's amazing. It's pulled and posted the job postings from our website automagically, and it matches that post with talent in the talent pool. So we have a whole list of candidates, and it's free for us because we're an RCA member. It's also directed me to some other workforce programs that are free for us to use. They help us with our need to hire new workers, and I'm going to reach out to them for help.
Hi, I'm Faith from the Skilled Trades Employment Program. Talk me through what you're looking for and we'll set you up with some candidates.
Well, we'd like to hire some first-year apprentices to grow our team.
Great. With the STEP program, we match first-year apprentices and individuals who are usually new to the construction industry with BC employer companies. We support our job seekers with training in soft skills and job readiness. Plus, we'll make sure they have all the tools, PPE, and safety training you need them to have. So you'll be hiring someone that has the right skills who will be a great fit for your team.
But what's the cost?
Nothing.
Okay, I deserve a raise. This is great for our new project in Kelowna, but I also need hires for other projects across BC. Where are you located?
STEP serves employers all over the province, so no matter where your projects are in BC, we likely have some candidates for you. By the way, if you ever hear from someone who has a million questions about how to get started in the skilled trades and you're not sure what to tell them, feel free to refer them to us. We're happy to help.
That's great, thanks. We also have a need for estimators and project managers.
Well, hi, I am Zhenya with Integrating Newcomers, and our program works as newcomers to Canada. And we have clients that are just arriving or already residing all across Canada. So let us know what you're looking for, and IN can set you up with some strong, skilled talent by video conference.
Wow, thanks. More workers with international experience and expertise? That's a lot of help, and it seems pretty straightforward. What's the cost?
It's nothing.
Boy, do I deserve a raise.
Easy, easy, Leslie. We all deserve a raise. Wow. Now that's a lot of hiring support, and that's a lot of time and attention being spent on the acquisition of our most precious resource. But we know, and Leslie knows, that the retention of employees is just as important as the attraction.
Hey, update for you, Sue. The BCCA team that is helping with recruiting are also helping with retention. I'm reaching out to them as the company needs to move some crew further along in their apprenticeship.
Hi, Leslie. What about some upskilling at no cost to you? The Trades Training Fund can pay for technical training for several in-demand trades, particularly for businesses in Northwest BC. Or there's the Past Chair Legacy Fund with grants for each program. Did you mention that your team is across the province?
Yes, I did.
Great. This is for members only and grants up to $2,500 for each recipient. The best part of the fund is that it applies to any kind of training, whether you're upskilling an estimator, an admin, or a training person, a tradesperson. It works for everybody.
Awesome. We've also had some issues on site between some of the crew. Can anyone help with that?
Absolutely. We can certainly help with that. With Builders Code, you can start by implementing the standard code of conduct policy just to make sure that everyone understands the expected behavior on work sites. And then reach out to Builders Code for HR advisory support on how to handle those conflict situations. You can also support your team with workplace culture training because everybody plays a role in building a healthy work environment. And then to help you keep on track with your workplace culture, use the scorecard to measure how you're progressing.
That's really going to help our workplace culture. Thanks. How can we make sure our team grows internally? And how can we keep our great people? Sue's thinking about retiring soon, and we want to make sure she shares her knowledge and has a plan moving forward.
Sue and others on her team have signed up to be a mentor, and we're matched with mentees that are looking to get into, stay in, or advance in their construction career. With such a minimal time commitment, just 1 hour a month for 6 months, Sue decided to take 2 mentees, one who wanted to learn about her career in the electrical trade, and the other that was interested in the trade and needed some guidance and encouragement along the way.
We also have the succession planning toolkit, and it's a great place to start if you're considering how to keep your company going once you've already gotten ready to exit the business. It's a landing place to explore different employee ownership models that might make sense for your goals before you go to a business consultant, so it can save you a ton of time and money.
What's the cost of all of these?
It's
Nothing.
nothing.
I do deserve a raise. That's great. I also don't have a benefits plan for my people yet. I know that keeping them healthy and taking care of them will keep people around. Do you have anything for that?
Absolutely. BCCA Employee Benefit Trust has been looking after a member's benefit plan for more than 50 years. We can help design a customized plan with industry-leading service and rate stability. And best of all, because we operate as a nonprofit, any surpluses are reinvested so that you and your employees benefit directly.
Tractor, thinking about the future of construction, I'm worried about whether there will be enough people to do the work in the long run. Even after I've left my business, there'll be more work to do, and there are fewer and fewer people going into the trades. What can we do?
That's definitely something to think about. And if you want to give back to the industry, we're partnering with the RCAs on a provincial program called Honor the Work. It donates trades kits to elementary school students across BC. Thanks to a study from the OECD, we know that career outlooks don't change significantly from ages 5 to 7 to 17. So Honor the Work seeks to create positive experiences with construction careers and to help build the workforce for the future generations.
Let's fast forward this project. It's now moving along, but it hits a snag. There are grumblings about change orders and price escalations, not to mention questions about everyone's favorite topic, the Builders Lien Act.
Ugh, I read my contract like BCCA said, but I'm still confused. I'm committed to maintaining a great relationship with the owner and my trade partners, but we have issues. I need some help in language that actually makes sense.
Here at BCCA, we have many guides like the Project Closeout, Guide to the Builders Lien Act, and the BC Trade definitions that can all help navigate the process of project delivery. They are drafted and reviewed by industry volunteer experts drawn from our RCA partners. Not to mention, sometimes they are even reviewed by lawyers. And then we also have access and can direct people to the appropriate CCDC and CCA guides as well.
That's great, but most importantly, I need to get paid. I heard that BC is now at the starting line. Prompt payment legislation is coming to BC. Wow, that'll be great when it applies, but I don't know much about it and how it will work or help.
We recognize that there's a lot of interest and confusion about the Construction Prompt Payment Act, and that's why BCCA has 76 FAQs as well as a comprehensive website with all the information known to date for all types of stakeholders in the industry. BCCA will have many more guides and checklists to come as we get closer to implementation. And as Iona, the owner, while I know that BCCA guides are oftentimes for contractors and trades, I know that they're also just as relevant to me. Plus, I attend BCCA's great webinar just for owners only.
Well, I'm loving the members only webinar. That was that I've joined all of the RCAs, plus a new one for women and allies, women only webinars. Wow.
There's a lot going on. Now, every day, hundreds of hiring, bidding, and contracting scenarios like this one are playing out across the province, and the BCCA team provides operational supports as well as behind-the-scenes advocacy on the issues needing our attention. Tom, for heaven's sake, we need to celebrate this.
Perfect. We've got you covered. It's April, and that means it's construction month. Sue's company is participating in the Lunchbox celebration and has received a $500 grant to treat her project crew to lunch. We've also sent her a complimentary swag package to help with the celebrations. In fact, Sue's company is just one of many members receiving grants and swag towards their own Lunchbox celebrations. Across the province, they are all joining us throughout the month to celebrate the workers that make the industry strong and built right. Members have also been invited to join their regional construction associations at Construction Month contractor breakfasts. As these celebrations take place, BCCA uses the spotlight created by Construction Month to communicate important industry priorities, which culminates in our annual day at the BC Legislature, where industry leaders advocate on the industry's behalf.
This annual month-long celebration is crucial, building relationships with decision makers and stakeholder groups so that when tough conversations have to happen, we have an open door. It also showcases our workforce and gives us a platform to spotlight all the work that we do for industry. And that, folks, that's a day in the life of construction in BC and how our programs and services can assist members. Thank you for enduring this presentation, and we now welcome any questions at this time. And there will be no raise for Leslie. All right. Well done, team. And I would say, folks on the line, if there's any questions that you have for any of the stand-in actors. Rebecca, good. Over
You guys, I just want to say, wow, well done. Congratulations. That was a cinematic performance that we were not anticipating. We had Katie changing outfits. I was howling watching all of this. It was so amazing. Well done. Thank you. Very informative. My question is, will this be recorded and would we be able to share this cinematic masterpiece? Or
I will say that it's much more difficult to do virtually than it was in person. We had one 10-minute rehearsal yesterday, but it is being recorded and we will be sharing it. That's the whole purpose of this, is so that we can share that with all of you as a, as a reminder how we want to add value and be available when questions come up.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. I really liked that it took like the day into consideration and all the different avenues. So I think that's helpful for us to have internally, and as we hire new employees and have people come on to be able to really lay out and explain all of the programs. So again, congratulations. Bravo, bravo, bravo.
Thanks, Rebecca. Aaron.
Again, echoing that, fantastic. That was great, just to break it down on how each member can use each program and kind of the steps to take. So I loved it. I do have a question. So when the question was asked to step about project managers and estimators, it got passed off to integrated newcomers. What if they are not an integrated newcomer to Canada? Does STEP not have something for PMs and estimators in those categories?
We don't. STEP is focused mostly on new apprentices. We're funded through Skilled Trades BC, so big focus on apprenticeship. But I would say, I mean, there is Talent Central, which is a great spot to look for employers that are looking for those kinds of professionals.
Awesome. Thank you.
Any other questions from the group? Anything that the team might want to add in that they weren't able to put into their script? Oh, go ahead, Erin.
I have one more, and I'm not sure if anyone might be able to answer this. I just asked Pascal this morning. It is an EBT related, but it is kind of a back in history question. I've had a couple members recently say that they joined back in the day because of EBT and that it was a requirement to be a member to access those discounts in that program. Is that in fact the case about 10 years ago or so?
Yeah, I can answer that question, and Pascal, please feel free to add any color. But there was a time, quite some time ago in the trust's experience, that it was a requirement to be a member. It was the decision of the Board of Trustees of EBT and supported by BCCA at the time, that could be expanded to include greater industry or other employers who were not members, but who saw the need for benefits.
And yeah, just to add to that, thanks, Chris. So, and Erin and I chatted about this just moments before this call. But so yeah, while that might be the historical element, so not true today, you don't need to be a member, but important to understand that there is a discounting element. So current RCA members do benefit more so than do non-members.
Thank you.
Excellent. Okay, we will, Teresa.
I just want to say kudos to you guys, and I'm looking forward to April, Construction Month. And I can't wait to see the AI guy that's going to be in here for all the websites when you get that launched.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks so much, you guys.
Oh, you're welcome. Okay. If there are no other questions, but oh, Janine. Oh, Janine, I think you're up. Unless Teresa, did you have another question? You're good? Okay. Hi, Janine.
Hi, good morning. And not so much a question, just as I think a thank you, because I think, of course, this is why you did this, but from the contractor side, like, it makes it very understandable where all the pieces fit. So, and having this on record for people to see is going to be great, because many of our staff certainly haven't worked on the construction side. So this will be very helpful for them to see all those pieces. And it is always eye-opening to me, all the extended reach we get through BCCA. So thank you for all you do. And we look forward to being better salespeople on all of these tools.
You guys do a great job. We're all growing in this together, but thank you for that. Appreciate it. And while we've got you here, just a hats off, congratulations to VRCA for being named LCA of the Year at the Canadian Construction Association Conference in San Diego last week. So a huge kudos to all the LCAs, and a special congrats to VRCA.
Thank you, Chris, and to everyone on this phone. Just so you know, in my acceptance speech, I did recognize our extended, I said we punch above our weight because of our relationship with you guys. So thank you for that.
Great stuff. Okay. Last call for questions, comments. All right, I'll just wrap it up by saying again, thank you for making time in your day. We'll give you a little bit of time back in your day. None of us will quit our day jobs, but we really enjoyed putting this together for you. And, you know, we had an idea 4 years ago to bring this in person when we all got back together in Kelowna. But this was a good reminder that sometimes having a little fun and sharing the breadth of the message can go a long way. So we did hit record, right? Yeah, okay. Because if we didn't, we'd have to do it again, and then we'd have to invite you all back again, but that wouldn't be so bad. So enjoy the rest of your day.
Wait, I have one more question.
Okay.
Could we get like a live enactment, like at CLF on the stage, on the main stage, maybe?
Yeah, We can do stuff like that. We absolutely can.
We'll have to talk further about that.
All right. Okay, everybody, take care. Thanks again. Appreciate all the work you're all doing. Take care.